So I'm at my spot, and I want to you to see me in a better state of mental health. I was able to go, after my kids left, to a friend's house and she used a machine on me called a beamer. And she used it one night, and then the next morning when I got up, I spent the night over there, and another lady came, and we had sort of a spiritual gathering, and which was very, very wonderful. So I'm going to give you the updates. It's kind of funny. So one of my friends says to me, "You've got to really learn to cut the cord here. He's not going to do any different than what he's doing," which I know that's right. And so there's a part of me, of course, that I love him, and I feel so very sad that we're in this space, because I've been with him for 21 years. But there's no amount of love in my heart that is worthy of me giving up my life for. And several things have come up. Now, I participate in this sense in a spiritual community. I'm very involved in my community in that sense, in a spiritual way, and really get into it. Okay, so not a minor thing to me at all. And I had told my friend, since I've come here, and I don't want to use her name because I really don't want Dude to know who she is. Now, I want to tell you a funny story about this. So we were talking about cord cutting, because there's nothing I can do about how he feels. There's nothing I can do about how he sees it. I am not going to prostitute myself. That agreement is fully and completely over with. And if he hasn't got the ability as a man to earn connection to another, then he really isn't worthy of it. So I don't really need to worry about that. And that's a very healthy manifestation. So at any rate, my friend and I have been gathering again for this reason, but also for another reason. She lost her daughter of 38 years old. And how tragic is that? This was something that I want to kind of talk about when it's appropriate, but I could say this, that that there were some really interesting new developments in terms of how I understand how spirit reaches out. And she passed right around the eclipse. So, you know, powerful, powerful energy. And it was right, I think it was right at her 6-month point too, for her birth time. And it's interesting. Our death is usually almost to the day that we were born, and very either close to 6 months or right after our birthday. So, you know, there is something. And, you know, I study death in the chart. I don't provide, I'm going to just say this so people don't think that book a reading with me and you can know when you die. I don't do that kind of work, and I won't do it because it's very traumatic to me, actually. So the only reason that I look at death in a natal chart is so that I can support loved ones when the right time comes. And that's exactly how this was used, in a very appropriate way. So I want to say that, and you know, and as a medical astrologer, you know, we do have to behave ethically at all times, because we hold some powerful information if we know how to use it. But anyway, I want to show you what healthy looks like. So I spent the night at my friend's. I had lots of love and support. And as they pointed out, you have so much support here. And I've barely been here. It'll be 2 years in March. And since I've been here, it has been nothing but love for me, and me love for my community. So it's I love this place. I belong here. I realize that this is something that there's a lot of resentment when people like myself come here. And I want to make that clear, because don't just think, oh, I'm spiritual, I'm going to just go to Hawaii. Don't ever come here unless you're really, truly called, because this is a place that for some reason it can rip you open and expose you in ways you're very uncomfortable with, and you'll be gone within 2 years, which is what Mike is doing right now. Or it'll do what I'm doing, which it'll open you wide up, and it'll allow your Kundalini awakening to be powerful and strong. But you have to be the right person for that to happen here, because this is a very spiritual place. It's a very ancestral spiritual place. And I, interestingly enough, have a natal chart that really follows Hawaii's chart. So there's something about me in Hawaii that has always been we've always been partners in ways. And I didn't understand this until I came here. And it wasn't like, oh, it's paradise, I want to live here. That's really not it. It's something quite powerful that I've said before, that I was called by whales. So I've talked about it. I will go into it more. I think that myself and one of my co-readers we're gonna probably go into this in some detail. But anyway, I'm gonna show you what healthy looks like. Here is my tent. Here's my little house. I'm gonna sit at this little picnic table, which I have a really nice cover for, and I'm going to start my studying today. And then you can see over yonder is my little kitchen that I've got I don't have my stove over there because of the way I did it. It's just too close to the tarp for that. And then you can see I got this little thing I got my bag that I have on my car. I just put it there for now because I'm going to get a little tarp to go there and just cover that spot over. Partially because what happens here is that it's really nice like this, like you see right now, and then it rains. And so because of that, I want to make sure that I have just a nice place to sit and study and not worry about getting wet or my things getting damaged. So this is what healthy looks like. And so now for the story of Dude, cord cutting. My friend says to me, stop saying his name. I don't even want to hear it. And I thought, that's so funny. And, you know, really, I don't want to say it even. It makes the pit of my stomach sick right now to even hear his name. So, because it's just so disgusting that he wants to take my medical insurance from me. It's just disgusting. So at any rate, and I don't know that that's going to be something he can do, but he surely thinks he can. And he's telling me I don't have cancer, and he's telling me that I'm not in hospice, which, wow. How do you go from A to Z like this? I don't know. He told me a month ago that he loved me and he couldn't wait to get home and he missed me, and then he got here and it was like, whoa, this person was a very different person. And I'm really glad that he's leaving on the 11th. And with that, thank you very much for joining me. I just want you to know I am feeling much better being in my really healthy spot. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe. And do find me over on my YouTube channel. And also leave comments so we can grow. Thank you so much for joining me here.